Am I the asshole for not letting my daughter's boyfriend propose at my vow renewal? I, 50M, have been married to my wife for almost 25 years. We plan on throwing a huge vow renewal in December. It's basically going to be like a second wedding. The whole shebang. We have 7 kids together and this regards our baby girl Lala. 20F. Her boyfriend came to me a little over a month ago and asked me for her hand and also asked if he could propose at the vow renewal. He's a great guy, and we get along super well and I genuinely like him for my daughter. I said yes to both originally and was super excited. A few weeks pass and he asks can he also invite a few family members of his. I was expecting maybe his parents and siblings, but he instead sends me a list of 25 family members he wants to add. I have a few problems with this. 1. His family does not like my daughter. Throughway are Asian and do not like that their son is with a black woman. And considering nearly everyone else there will be black. To be fair, my daughter says he always sticks up for her, and I have witnessed this myself. 2. He expects us to fund these people, like regular guest. As I mentioned, this would be just like a wedding. So 25 extra people is a lot of money. I told him I couldn't accommodate that many people. He got angry and said IWSS ruining his special moment and that I don't really care about Lala, and said I can't do anything if Throughway just show up. I said they absolutely will not show up. I then told him he still had my hand, permission to marry my daughter, but he was not allowed to propose at the vow renewal. Now him, his family, and my 2 sons both say I was being an asshole and should just suck it up. But my other kids and my wife say that I am not an asshole and that he's crazy. Obviously Lala does not know about any of this. Am I the asshole? Edit. Spelling and grammar. Not the asshole. And he's not the great guy you think he is. The fact that he made the comment about you not being able to do anything they just showed up tells you exactly what kind of person he is. Not the asshole. Everything else aside, if I were your daughter I wouldn't want to be proposed on my parents' vow renewals. Like, I want my own moment, WTF? Why? Why do people want to propose at other people's events? It's, like, the weirdest thing. I get that the family is all gathered, but still. His family does not like my daughter. Throughway are Asian and do not like that their son is with a black woman. And considering nearly everyone else there will be black. This is a big red flag. Is your daughter sure that she wants to spend her life with a family that do not accept her? Not the asshole. Are you sure he's a great guy? Not the asshole. I'd rethink this guy. He's basically trying to freeload off your event, which is jerky, and he's being an ass about it, which is worse. I'd be having a conversation with my daughter about this behavior, honestly. He's an asshole. Am I the asshole for not wanting to cancel weekend plans to my cottage because my girlfriend can't make it? My girlfriend 24F and I 26M, made plans about 2 months ago to invite 7 of our friends to my family cottage for the weekend. It is a shared cottage with a lot of family going back 4 generations, so really hard to book a weekend on our little Google Calendar unless it's at least 2 months in advance. I worked an extra shift this week to be able to take Saturday off as I normally work Saturdays. We are currently Thursday evening and my girlfriend just let me know that she can't make it this weekend because she has to work both Saturday evening and Sunday morning. I didn't think anything of it, thinking she would just not be coming. She immediately got mad as she was expecting me to cancel this weekend just because she can't make it. Her justification is that she does a lot of me, which she does, and that I should do this for her. I would drop anything to help her or be with her if she needed me, but she's just working. I find it selfish and I don't understand why she doesn't want me to go. Too long did not read. My girlfriend wants me to cancel the weekend at my cottage because she can't make it and has to work. Man, she kind of sucks. Canceling your plans is not a huge deal, but she's trying to cancel the plans of 7 other people. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, so you're supposed to do what? Sit at home and do nothing while she's working. It's unfortunate she can't go, but there's no reason for you to cancel for yourself and 7 other people who have all made these plans. Not the asshole. Your girlfriend should have put in a time off request 2 months ago or asked someone to take her shifts weeks ago. Now if she did and it got rejected or somebody backed out, that sucks. But the idea that you shouldn't be able to enjoy your time off because she can't get the time off is ridiculous. Her justification that she does a lot for you doesn't make sense because she isn't actually asking you for support. She's not asking you to cancel because she's having surgery or wants you to help her move. It's just, I can't go so you shouldn't go, which is absurd. Also, you invited 7 friends. So she's expecting 8 people to have their weekend plans cancelled on short notice because she had to work? That's a wild level of selfishness and a really nasty attitude. Not the asshole, you don't cancel weekend plans for 7 people because your girlfriend can't make it. That's not fair to anyone. She's going to be working. It's your family's cottage. Does she seriously expect you to cancel the weekend for your 7 friends so they can't go either? That's ridiculous. Tell her you and your friends will miss her, and that if anything changes at her work she should come on up. I'm a little confused why this is an issue at all. You might want to start thinking about who you're with. Know if you're an asshole or not, because if she is this upset over something that doesn't really matter, what happens when some really shit hits the fan? She's working, she can be jealous she is missing it, but to ask you to sit at home and do what? Nothing while she works is a little insane. Am I the asshole for saying a friend shouldn't come on a group trip because she doesn't have enough money? We're just in the early stages of planning this trip now, but it's supposed to be an almost week-long girls' trip. There are 6 of us who would go, but the problem is that one of the girls, let's call her B, doesn't quite have the budget for the trip. She can afford the flight and hotel room, so it's not like she literally can't pay for the actual trip itself, but because her overall budget is lower than everyone else's, she's not going to be able to afford all the activities I, and the rest of the group, want to do. When I've tried to kind of hint to her that maybe she should reevaluate going because of money concerns, she's brushed it off. But based on past experience, I know once we get there she's going to start saying stuff like, "OMG guys, the restaurant is so expensive. What if we just went to that cute food truck we drove past earlier?" And even through the cute food truck does end up having good food, sometimes you just want to go to a fancy dinner. Eventually I said this to her straight up, and she got mad because she technically can pay for it, the actual trip, like flights and hotel. But I feel like she's going to be dragging the rest of us down by making us obligated to only do things she can also afford. This is a tricky one because I genuinely see both sides, like I totally do get where she's coming from and I actually have no clue if I'm in the right or wrong, so am I the asshole? I am not sure anyone is an asshole yet. All 6 of you need to sit down and set out your expectations. And it's okay to tell your friend if the majority wants to do an activity or go to a restaurant and she can't afford it, she's not obliged to go, but you're all not going to adjust your plans to accommodate her budget. A little communication up front goes a long way. She may not like no one wants to eat at the cute little food truck, but at least she knows up front, the plans will not be catered to her budget. I think you're bordering on assholery. But it sounds like she can be an asshole on trips as well. My advice to you would be to lay out the itinerary including activities, and their costs, and restaurants you want to go to, including links to the menu. You need to agree the itinerary with the other women so that it is fixed and her helpful suggestions on changes can be met with nah. She can then either accept, in which case you can tell her reasonably to STFU if she complains in the moment, or decline because she can't afford it. I think YWBTA if you don't give her this opportunity. But generally speaking you sound like a well-meaning person, so I believe you'll do the right thing. Just let her know beforehand that you are going to do the things you want to do with or without her. If she can't afford it, she'll have to do her own thing. Not the asshole. I will not be nickel and dimed by anyone when I'm on vacation. I've saved for it, prepaid it, and have a cash spending limit I've set for myself. If she can't afford the activities and restaurants, she can't afford this vacation. More info needed. How do the other friends feel? Not the asshole. Having someone come along on the trip who can't afford to the activities everyone else wants to do is a drag. And it gets old quick. Am I the asshole for not letting my boyfriend use my credit card to buy his Comic-Con pass? I, 24F, have been with my boyfriend, 25M, for 2 years. When we started dating, he only had 2 in-car sessions left before he could take his driving test. He was also waiting to get a corporate job before getting a credit card. But after finding out I had a credit card and a driver's license, he just stopped trying to get either. Even after getting a good corporate job, he only uses his debit card, occasionally borrows his mom's credit card, or asks to use mine. I say no 90% of the time unless it's urgent. I'm also the only one who's driven us to dates or events for the past 2 years. I brought up how important it is to build credit or get his license, but he always gets defensive and says I'm nagging or being controlling. He insists they're not priorities right now and he'll get them when he feels it's time. Last month, Comic-Con took place in our city. We talked about going because an actor we love was attending. I bought my pass early because he still wasn't 100% sure about going. A few days before the event, while I was out of town, he texted me asking to use my credit card to buy his pass. I was so done at this point and told him no, then put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Later that night, I saw that he spammed my phone, saying it was the last day to buy online and now he'd have to get in line at the venue. I reminded him, again, that this could have been avoided if he had his own credit card. He didn't say anything after. On the day of the con, there were way more people than expected. He waited in line for 2 hours but gave up and called me while I was buying merch so we could at least have lunch and say goodbye. After lunch, I dropped him at the subway and went back to enjoy the con with friends. I called him when I got home to ask about his day. When he asked about mine, I told him about the con. He asked, "Wait, you still went?" I said of course, I bought a pass. He then blew up, saying it was my fault he didn't go, that I was selfish for not lending him my card, and if I really loved him, I would have ditched the con to be with him or at least driven him home. I told him he was being stupid as fuck and I deserved to go since I paid. He hung up. We spoke the next morning and apologized to each other, but a month later, he still occasionally brings up how upset he was that day. Part of me wonders if I could have avoided the drama by just letting him use my card. But another part is just so done. Am I the asshole for not just lending him my card? Edit. Please see my comment for more info. Not the asshole. Why are you with this guy? He sounds exhausting. Sis, no. This man is not ready to drive himself places. He is not ready to handle his finances. He is not ready for a relationship. Not the asshole for refusing him the credit card. He couldn't use his debit card? He doesn't know how to buy a prepaid Visa. Asshole to yourself if you keep putting up with this when there are roughly 725 million men in the world in their 20s. Not the asshole. What is he bringing to the relationship? He sounds like he's basically replaced his mother with you. I would 100% never let him touch your credit card. Not the asshole. He sounds controlling. Making you go to lunch was his way of ensuring you didn't go to the con because he couldn't, including the wait time to buy tickets. He made you miss several hours of a super exciting event you were looking forward to for ages. He fully admitted that intention when he said you should have driven him home. No doubt he would have insisted if he had thought you were still going. It was never your fault that he didn't get a ticket. Saying, if you really loved him, is a blatant act of manipulation designed to make you feel guilty and do his bidding in future. Dump this guy. This level of controlling, manipulative, childish, and vampiric behavior is not something you can work through. Not the asshole, and maybe now it might be a priority. Your boyfriend sucks and he sounds exhausting. Stop driving him places, wear and tear on your car, your insurance, etc. And he can crack on and get his life together. He's 25. If his debit card acts as a debit MasterCard, hell yes, he can use it to purchase tickets. Your boyfriend is just lazy. You're driving him around and allowing it. Stop doing it. Let him catch public transport instead. He might go back to getting his license.